Does content marketing actually works, or is it just a waste of time? In this video, I'm actually going to share a couple of ideas on why I think content marketing may work for what you're trying to do. Coming up. Hey hustlers, and welcome to another video where we get to talk a lot about content marketing and growing a business using the internet. My name is Christian. I'm super excited that you're here in another episode of The Hustle Show. And if you haven't done it yet, make sure you subscribe right now to the channel, whether you're listening this on the podcast or watching on YouTube. It's a topic that excites me. I mean, I do content marketing for a living and I have a lot of fun talking about it. Just even right now to you, just talking to you and sharing some of my experiences and some stories on content marketing. Just, you know, I'm passionate about it. And one of the questions that I hear a lot is, does content marketing actually works, or is it just one of those things that is just trending right now but then is going to come to an end? I want to share a story with you to address this type of question. And in the early 1800s, 1894, I want to share a very cool story that I actually learned very recently. It was about 1894 that this huge company, and I don't want to say the name yet, but I will in a second. This huge company, which wasn't huge at the time, it was very small. It was a small business back in the day that was selling products for farmers. You know, their clientele was farm owners and all kinds of farmers that were trying to grow any type of product in their farm. What they did is they were selling the products to the farmers. They were selling the gear and the tools, but they were having a hard time to get into the door and actually connect with these farm owners. So what they did is, this is 1800, okay? 1895 is the day where they actually put together a magazine and they released it. This magazine was geared towards farm owners, and it was all about tips and tricks on how to grow any type of farm. You know, it was really good content. It was a lot of materials and interviews and photographs and articles. It was like crazy, mind-blowing material and content. In the 1800s, it was 1895 when this magazine came out, and the magazine was amazing value. It was a huge investment to put together, and the magazine was completely free to the farm owner. Now fast forward a few years, this company blew up to be the biggest manufacturing of farming accessories and gear and technology, called John Deere. This is a real case study. This is actually how content marketing works. You have this small business that is having a hard time just knocking on doors, and you're having a hard time to get through the gatekeeper because you cannot connect with the actual owner, because the owner doesn't see the value in your prices, because they already have equipment, they don't need it right now. Whatever the case may be, you probably heard it so many times, so many objections that you hear. Well, this guys, what they created was an entrance through the back door. They created a magazine which was not salesy, which was not just promoting their products. It was trying to help farm owners to address all their questions, address all their problems by putting their products into the content in a very disguised way where it was not salesy, to the point where farm owners were subscribing, were trying to look for these issues. And not just that, this company blew up to the point where you know where they are right now, one of the biggest companies, Fortune 500 in the farming industry, probably the biggest ones if I'm not mistaken, but probably in the top 3 if anything. And it was all because of content. And this is not new, this is not a trend. I don't think content marketing is gonna be here for just a couple of years. I think content marketing has been here forever and it will always be here. However, I think, this is my opinion, I think that it might transition into different channels. You know, back in the day it was a lot of print, it was a lot of newsletters on a print, you know, you would get something like a newspaper or a magazine. Nowadays we do it on social media. You're probably watching this somewhere on the internet. The channel changed, but the idea behind it is still the same. It's always been around. Content marketing is here to stay, and that's why you gotta jump in. You gotta head on over to some of the videos on The Hustle Show, learn more about creating a strategy, how to develop one, how to structure one, and how to use it to your advantage. Because the truth is, even though John Deere invested thousands and thousands of dollars in putting together this magazine, nowadays you can simply, you know, pick up your phone and start recording and start creating content with no budget. You know, it's really just putting it together, just sharing with the people what you have to say, your message, your company, in a non-salesy way. And this is really how content marketing is going to help you grow and expand any type of business in any industry. That's exactly what it did for John Deere. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please do not give it a thumbs down. Just still give it a thumbs up and subscribe to The Hustle Show right now, as we put together a lot of videos and a lot of content around using the internet to start and grow any type of business. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.
guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the Hustle Show audio experience. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And even if you didn't, make sure you subscribe to the podcast right now. It's still free. Visit thehustleshow.co for all the show notes and to watch the video experience of this episode. We'll see you soon.